Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and today I wanted to take you guys for a quick tour around our newly renovated craft room. Well, renovated, that makes it sound so fancy. I moved stuff and dusted. I want to show you. Begin with the front room. This used to be our living room, and for those of y'all who follow along with my main channel, it's been in a little bit of a state of hiatus for a while, like just kind of just stuff cluttered around everywhere. And I'm going to start over here at the right with some organization. First off, Randy helped me hang icicle style Christmas lights everywhere, but they're not Christmas lights because they're up all year round now. And so this is kind of our new Patreon processing setup, which we'll talk more about that later in a different video, I think. And then I have my plants. I like some plants. This is the chainmail chandelier that I had made, gosh, a lifetime ago, it feels like. But that's the piece that I got my one and only daily deviation on DeviantArt off of. And I don't know, it's whenever I get down, it makes me really happy to look at it and like light the candles in it and be like, see, I did a thing. Just a sitting area, because, you know, and then more storage of shipping stuff and tools and materials and supplies and just different things. It's not all perfectly organized, but better than what it was, certainly. Old feather mattress that we're using as a dog bed because dogs. Bertha with my bra and garden hat. No, don't look at her. But yeah, just more storage of tools, materials, and supplies. And then this is the corner, dun 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 dun, that I am super happy with so far. By the power of Pegboard, I have finally managed to organize my craft area. Like, and there's not even an ish on it. This is the most organized I've ever been. But yeah, I just used Pegboard, coming in for you to get a closer look, to attach. I used screws to attach this desktop organizer that has like a little drawer. It's just where I keep like my papers, some tags and stuff. I've got my same janky camera arm. I don't know what happened, but it won't hold the weight of the camera anymore, so I have ribbons tied around it. But yeah, just using this style of peg works perfect for the Parawire bulk spools. And apparently I use a lot of 26 gauge natural toned enameled copper because I don't have the spool of it. And then these are kind of odd and end spools of, you know, whenever I teach classes, I try to have multiple spools of the same size and stuff. And these are just some that I had left over from that in a bunch of different colors. These are all the spools that I have that didn't have the little hangy thingy. And then again, just using more, the screwdriver holder works perfect for holding scissors, by the way. And then, yeah, just using hooks even holds these little drawers. They're what I usually keep my cabochons in, just because those are the primary gemstone types that I've ever used. And then I also have some odds and ends bins. Oops, kicking the tripod. And then this shelf over here was actually made by my bonus dad, Fred, who, he had made it for DVDs, but I have commandeered it for use because it is perfect. Absolute perfect size for bead trays. And y'all, this is like a fantasy come into reality. I have had pipe dreams for years about having this kind of organization. And then I still have the little rainbow cart of clutter, little less cluttered, little more specifically just wire wrapping and beading clutter. And then another shelf here on the side that the back side actually came off of, but I feel like we'll still be able to make pretty good use of it because now it's accessible from both sides. There's still some polymer clay stuff in some of the drawers. So again, not perfectly organized. I'm missing a drawer somewhere. I don't know where that went. But that leads us to the next room. Oh, look at that doggo being a doggo. And we have the piano, tuned and usable. And then my harps, my snake plant. Hello, little snake plant. Some incense, candle, because that's how I roll. But yeah, just a nice little spot to, I try to practice every day. I'm not good at all, but I like it. Like, at all. That's my Randy. Say hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Aw. And his spot. I didn't touch any of his stuff. He tidied it up a bit himself. But as much as I like rearranging everything, Randy's like, please don't move anything. I want it to be like this for the next 80 years. And so, this is what used to be just our only craft room. Like, this big table here had 2 extension leaves in it to make it 9 feet long. And it was up against that wall with, some other stuff on top of it. But now we have it in the middle with huge shout out to our friends, James and Pam. Pam made us a lovely dog bed that fits just perfect right there. That way the dogs can be comfortable and a little bit out of the way, but still feel like they're involved, you know? And so I'm going to start on this side. This is, again, not completely organized yet, but this is the polymer clay station now. So I'm able to just keep everything kind of segregated, that, you know, I can have polymer clay projects working here and wire wrapping projects working over yonder. But pretty pleased so far with this setup. It's also the warmest place in the house because it's right on top of a heater vent. And then we just come into, I really like plants, you guys. Look, I have a problem. So here are all my little green friends. That's my green friend, and that's my green friend. Look at that little succulent growing. Whee! And then I like putting like rocks and stuff. That's a rock we got from the crystal forest in Arkansas, or not Arkansas, Arizona. I'm just rolling around. I have a lot of the jewelry that you all send me hanging where the sun can catch it. That way I can enjoy it whenever I come through and water my plants. Okay, so that brings us into more storage, and this is our leatherworking area, which is also the most organized my leatherworking has ever been, like ever. I don't know, there may have been one other instance where it was slightly also organized, but I like this one better. I'm in love with pegboard, you guys. I still have some artwork that I need to hang up there, and we need to get a second light fixture on the other side, because it's great during the day with the natural lighting. But in the evening, which is typically when I end up recording because there's less like neighbor and traffic noises, the lighting's very poor. And I still have my little carousel of storage, but I have enough tools now that I needed to re-implement the very nice block that Randy had made me. And then, speaking of Randy, check out this blast from the past. That was us at Randy's prom in high school. Oh, he was so cute. And that's a little, again,
It was.
Well, yeah. You know I love you, baby. You're still cute. But yeah, I'm really excited about the table. I don't know what's wrong with the surface of it. It's kind of mottled. Like, I don't know, I tried cleaning it and I think I used the wrong kind of cleaner or something maybe. But yeah, so that's, well, okay, so now I'll show you. Those are Randy's pants. And his shoes.
My pants for when we actually leave the house.
Yeah, those are his leave the house pants. More artwork by the very talented Lore, or rainart.com. So this is what my next project is. Oh god. Hey Barbie. So this is the paint room. This is, oh, it's a nightmare. It's a messy nightmare of doom and destruction. But yeah, this is the room that there was water damage, so the ceiling fell in. Those are some of Fred's pants. That's cool. But yeah, that's our mannequin. So a lot of the overflow stuff from the other rooms just kind of got chunked in here. just to get it out of the way, because I was like, I want to feel like I accomplished something. Got just boxes of like shipping stuff, tools, more leather and organization. That's my ring coiling station, which is why I don't have any rings for sale. It's because it's buried behind stuff. And then if I can reach with the tripod, you can see this back room over here. That's where I do a lot of the resin pouring and eye painting and stuff. There's a window in there, so I'm able to open it and get some pretty good ventilation going. And then also we put a lot of furniture and stuff into the kitchen. So that is a disaster also. So that was the new craft room changes. Honestly, Randy and I, we bought quite a few of like these Sterilite storage drawers, as well as like 4 of these big industrial, like heavy duty, like they can hold 600 pounds. Is it per shelf or just in total?
I think it's per shelf.
Jeez. Yeah, like heavy duty metal racks, just to store stuff. Like shelves make me feel slightly more civilized, than whenever I'm just piling all of my stuff on the floor. But we went ahead and made that investment. But other than that, we just used the same furniture and the same stuff that we've had, but just rearranged in different ways. And I rearranged the house a lot. Like, our friends actually commented, they were like, y'all move around inside your own house, like, so much, because we're always changing which bedroom we're sleeping in, because some bedrooms stay cooler in the summer, and one of them stays much warmer in the winter, so we're like, it's kind of seasonally migrating around our house, which is cool. It's really nice that it's a very big, old house, but it gives us room to wiggle and evolve. And that makes me really happy because things are constantly fluctuating. And it's nice to be able to be accommodating of that. And also sometimes like we'll move friends in for a bit and have roommates and just, I don't know, we kind of weird, I guess. But I like it. But yeah, I love my Randy. He helped so much, you guys. He's like, I didn't really help that much. And I'm like, you drove me everywhere that I needed driven. Like he helped me set up all the racks. He did all the heavy lifting. And for the most part, he just kind of stayed out of the way and let me do whatever I want. And that's perfect. That's more than I could have ever asked for just letting me kind of cathartically clean everything, because man, it had gotten pretty messy. I was joking and texting one of my friends, and I was like, well, I'm finally finishing spring cleaning. And they were like, oh, it's a little late in the year for that. I'm like, well, from 2016 though. So at the time of recording, it's 2018, I think. Yeah. So there, I got a lot of stuff done in the past like 4 days, because that's how long I've spent doing this, I think now. That I got a lot of stuff done that I've been meaning to do after Dragon from like 4 years ago. Some of these projects finally got tidied up and taken care of. So that felt really good to just be able to be done with that. Because I'm like, it's as after Dragon as it's going to get. Like, we're getting to where we're having to start gearing up for next Dragon. Just, you know, mentally preparing ourselves, getting things lined up for month by month, our action plan, like kind of step by step. And so I'm like, if it doesn't get done now, it's not going to get done. And it got mostly done. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm in love with the pegboards, you guys. Okay, so that was probably the smallest of the investments that we made that has made the biggest difference. You could purchase a 4-foot by 4-foot panel. We purchased 2 separate 2-foot by 4-foot panels because I didn't want to have to bother cutting it in half because I'm lazy. But I was like, I need them up today. Like, and it was pretty late in the day. But so we got 2 of those. I spray painted one of them white with craft foam primer because that's all I had, because the Krylon white spray paint like ran out. So I just went through with craft foam primer. Probably not the best thing to use for it, but it worked. And I use that for my wire wrapping station because the white reflects light nicely. And then over on my leatherworking station, I just left it the plain brown because I was out of craft foam primer. Otherwise I would have spray painted it as well. But if they had white ones at the store, I would have just gotten white ones because I like that brightness, especially for recording. Anything to help brighten the house, because it tends to be so dark. Like you can see our wall color, I would have very much preferred like an eggshell white, but we just didn't have it in the time or in the budget or anything to paint the house because it's a fixer-upper. We've got a lot of steps before we put on the paint, like before we just paint the walls and call it done.
Tear the walls down and put in insulation.
Yeah, the house needs rewired, it needs insulation put in. And so it's like anything that we do to the walls right now is just gonna get torn down, and I'm like, it's gonna be, oh, so much. But $10 per board for the pegboard at like Lowe's, I think. Regionally the prices might be different, but roughly I spent 20 bucks on pegboard, and then we spent probably another 20 on pegs because I got some assortment packs, because I had no idea what I was going to actually need. And the little white baskets that were hanging, I'm going to turn this so you can see, but the little white baskets that are hanging like there, those were actually from the kitchen organization section. They're for like putting in a drawer for like your junk drawer or something, I guess. But I just used little pegboard hooks and hooked it through the slots on the side, and they're perfect vertical junk drawer baskets. But I really liked those. I used those in both the wire wrapping and the leatherworking setup. And then we're probably going to be purchasing another piece of pegboard for the paint room to actually put tools on. So that'll be really great. But oh my gosh, you guys, just coming downstairs, it feels so much better because we live upstairs. Like that's where like the living room is Randy's studio. Like that's where the couch is and the TV and stuff. And then honestly, we just live down here all the time and then go to bed most of the time. But whenever we do fit in a little bit of like normal, not just crafting time, we'll go up and watch some TV or something. Oh, it's also cold, so the heater's on. But I'm really excited about this, you guys. Just coming downstairs, like it feels fresh and nice and new, and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Because piles of stuff are just exhausting. I think, would you say that's pretty accurate? Yeah, piles of stuff are exhausting. So we're trying to get everything caught up and in order. And diet wise, last night I prepped up a bunch of chicken, but prior to that we were eating out. I almost once a day, like Taco Bell. So I'm not expecting any weight loss this week, but I feel like I got a couple of ducks in a row, and that's a start. But I'm really excited for, at the time of recording, later today we're going to be doing a live stream. So I'm really excited to hang out with y'all over on my main channel and take you guys on a live tour. If I haven't messed it all up by then, because I've got to do some crafting this morning too. But like, I don't know, I'm really excited, and thank you guys though for like your support, because it means a lot to me to be able to share this with y'all. And y'all had so many good suggestions like 6 months ago whenever I was rearranging the craft room then, and I took a lot of that into consideration and stuff, like moving the table into the center, and like y'all are a clever bunch of people, and I'm really blessed to have you in my life. So I hope you're doing well. Please leave a comment of how your day is going down below, because I do love hearing from you. And I will see y'all later. So bye everybody.